Ah, the 3D era of gaming. Well, some franchises have failed during this jump. Other franchises have made a successful jump towards this era, and we have had some games with great mechanics, music, and the topic of today, characters. 2 rules before we begin. They have to be from a 3D entry, so no mighty. And to make this one interesting, they have to have made their first appearance in a 3D entry. So, with that said, let's begin. XD001, the ultimate shadow Pokemon, Shadow Lugia. Oh boy, how to describe him? Well, he's one of the only few Pokemon that tries to kill humans, and he's also one of the only Pokemon completely evil. His heart being blocked off by so much darkness, he is much stronger than the original Lugia, and even most of, if not all, Shadow Pokemon. Too bad aside from that, we don't know that much about him, so I can't talk much about him, aside from what I've already mentioned. But still, he's one awesome Pokemon, and it's such a shame we can't use him in the handhelds. That would be so awesome. Oh well. Here we have the ultimate foe to Samus Aran next to Meta Ridley, Dark Samus. Oh lord, this guy is beast. Being a dark clone of Samus, he has similar moves to her and many more moves that make him his own person, such as the ability to clone himself, rapid fire attacks, ability to summon ice pillars, and is able to survive a planet explosion. A freaking planet explosion! That's awesome! Unfortunately, he doesn't have much of a personality, but he's still an awesome character in the Prime Trilogy, and that final battle is so smeggin' awesome. What's left to say? He is strong, he is evil, and he's friggin' beast to fight. Man, I really gotta get to a point for some of these entries. Maybe number 5. When a sandbox game has the main character be likable, that's one good thing. But to have him be the player in game form? That just takes the cake. At number 5 on this list is the protagonist for Grand Theft Auto 4, Neko Bellic. I love this guy a lot. This guy literally is you. Sure, the story revolves around him, but the decisions you make in the game affect him in his life. Whether it's killing someone for a deal, helping a person out who later ends up betraying you, it really depends on the decisions you make in this game. Not to say Nico is a blank slate. He has his own reasons and goals to achieve in Liberty City, and the story does a good job at telling his story. His relationship with his friends and family also feel really genuine. It makes you feel like he cares about them a lot. Even in the final mission, he is hurt by the loss, depending on the ending you chose, and he is determined to get revenge on that killer. Sure, he's a drug dealer, and he's not a good role model, but he's not trying to be. You're playing as this guy because a video game is make-believe. Sure, you make the decisions for the most part, but they don't affect your real life, unless you're Peter Griffin. So overall, Neko Bellic is one Russian you don't want to crush in Soviet Russia. Oh yes, I love this game. Screw Red Dead Redemption. This is a good Western game, and one of the best things about this game is my 4th favorite character, Colton White. Why do I like this character? Well, let's start with his heritage. He's an Indian, and Indians are awesome. Well... Damn it, Zekrom! Anyways, we get introduced to him as a regular hunter with his father attempting to kill a bear, but then Ned, his dad, dies on the boat after being ambushed by a group of hunters led by a guy named Reed, and after Ned reveals to Cole he is not his biological father, he pushes Cole off the boat before it explodes. And this is minutes into the game. Along his adventure to kill Reed, he runs into people like Jenny, the hoe, the mayor, a safecracker named Soapy, and many more. He even finds out about his parents' pasts. It turns out Magruder, a railroad tycoon who was looking for the golden city of Quivera, he needed a cross to find his location. So he killed Colt's parents, and Ned later found him after another Indian, Many Wounds, found the baby. We follow Colton from beginning to end, and he has a lot of character development to him, such as finding out he is adopted and an Indian, finding out who is in charge of Ned's murder, and ultimately finding the leader of it all and ending his arc with a duel in the Golden City against McGruder, the guy who sent out Reed in the first place. I also really love his voice, and the way he interacts with the people around him feels really genuine, and his backstory makes you want to sympathize with him, for the most part. He's also multi-talented. Being able to ride a horse and shoot targets with great accuracy, is able to survive a ton of bullets shot at him, take that 50 Cent, and can use a variety of weapons such as a rifle, machine gun, and even a bow. I love bits like this. It makes him so cool. Overall, Colton is one beastly character. Definitely better than Red Dead Redemption's character. Technically, this entry was from a 2.5D game. It counts in my list, it counts. Okay. No, your eyes don't deceive you. I put a Final Fantasy character above Dark Samus and Shadow Lugia. Now, when some people think of Final Fantasy, most of you would probably say Cloud Strife, or Sephiroth, or... that! But this entry goes to the genetically enhanced Magitech Knight, Celestere, from Final Fantasy VI. Oh wow, this lady. She is friggin' sweet. Now before you say, oh, she's a girl, what's so special about her?
Yeah!
Yes! You were saying? But instead of making this a montage, let's go over the reasons. First off, she is a great person to use in battle. Because she is a rune knight, Celes is very strong in terms of the sword and a good magician. Almost as good as Terra even. Another good thing about Celes is her development throughout Final Fantasy VI, and how she interacts with the other heroes, especially with Terra. In the beginning, she's just a general, who doesn't care about anyone but herself. But near the end of the game, she proves to be a strong, capable individual. Plus, her romance with Locke also had some development, and I would be lying if I didn't say there wasn't some funny moments with her, such as when she impersonated Maria in the opera scene, and when she stabbed Kefka. She's also a great singer, as shown in the Opera House scene. And she's one of the only few characters in the Final Fantasy series, hell, probably of any video game series, to commit suicide. That's right, she commits suicide if Sid dies. She survives, but shit! This was an SNES game. You don't see that shit in a game like this. Hell, there was even a scene where she was tortured by the Empire, which was cut from the Game Boy Advance port. Number 2 on this list was not that easy, because of the rule I put in earlier about it having to debut in a 3D game. But I think I got one. This one is my favorite final battle and an overall great character. At number 2 is Megalore from Return to Dreamland. Hell yes! I would have to be insane to not put him on the list! He is the main villain of Return to Dreamland, and he hid his intentions from the others superbly well, which is a good sign that you're an awesome villain. Some may say he doesn't count because the game he's in is not in 3D. And you're half right. But the game is in 2.5D, so it partially counts. Now back to the list. Megalore also has one of my favorite themes in the Kirby series, and is also a great boss to fight, being 5 forms of gradients flying, butt-kicking forms of awesomeness. He's also one of the only few Kirby villains to use the power of the universe correctly. Screw you, Marks. He has super abilities, the ability to generate portals, teleportation, is able to rip up the area around him to use against Kirby, and can generate black holes. That's impressive. I have nothing else to really say that I haven't said already. Megalore is friggin' awesome, but he's not awesome enough to be my number 1. What is it, you ask? Well, let's recap. Number 7, Shadow Lugia. Number 6, Dark Samus. Number 5, Nico Bellic. Number 4, Colton White. Number 3, Celestere. And number 2, Megalore. Warning, the following entry contains really bad puns. If you can't handle these puns, exit this video and go watch Game Dude. You know what? Forget it. Oh yeah, I said it. E123 Omega is my favorite 3D character of all time. Let me program in my reasons why. He is a robot with Greek letters on his shoulders. Sweet. Next, he can shoot fireballs out of his arms. Eat your heart out, Gamma. I also love his design. That look on his face basically says, "You're dead, meatbags." And hell, he is voiced by Vic Mignogna in the newer Sonic games. Oh yeah! He also has super strength. I think Superman will get his ass kicked by this guy. Someone should make a match with these two. He also has a friendship with most of the Sonic characters, especially with fellow members Rouge the Bat and Shadow the Hedgehog. Trust me, in Sonic Heroes, I play as Team Dark a lot just to play as Omega, and he does have emotions such as when Sonic died in Sonic 06, and when he told Shadow that he was the one who sealed him away in the future. It's a shame that he isn't used that much in the newer Sonic games, except as a background character or as an extra. Though to be fair, I blame Sonic 06 for that, considering how broken he was in that game. Overall, Omega is my favorite character from the 3D era of gaming. He has a great personality, great character, good development, and a badass character through and through. I'm the Infected Soldier, and Silver the Hedgehog is better than Shadow and Sonic the Hedgehog combined. Welcome to Halloween month!